And then we've got EJ taking us through the chicane. He's just a bit under a tenth up through that middle sector. And he's just got 2 more corners to go to keep it neat and tidy. Oh, he's got a bit wide though. He's gone too wide. He's kept it within the regulations through that final corner. Is he still going to improve as he comes up to the line? No, he does not. EJ's going to be 13th at best in this session, which is not safe. I would not be confident if I was in his position. Power GT improves up to P12, and then, yeah, instantly, as I've been saying, Dom improves up to P15, EJ down to P15. So now Happening Man is in the drop zone as well. He needs this lap, as he's just going now. Perkins is out of fuel. She's not going to be improving. So if both of these drivers behind improve, then she's going to be knocked out here. 2 tenths up for Happy Man through that first sector. Already much better than his previous attempt. Just 2 more corners to go for him. He's got it stopped through 1. There's just 1 more to go. He's got it stopped through the final 2 corners. So long as he's kept his momentum up, he should be through into the second part of qualifying. He jumps up to P12, which does push EJ out in Q1. Hart is not improving, and he's going to be joining EJ in the bottom 5 and being eliminated in Q1. Hart has actually had a tap with the barrier there, it would appear. Power GT is 3 tenths up on his personal best. Untos, I'm not sure how much he is up by, but he's coming around the final corner. He's going to go up to the line now, and this to get him into Q3 very safely in P4. Untos will be taking part in that final part of qualifying. Power GT up to the line now, P8. That's a lot less safe. It's pushed Giannuzzi already down into P10. Rocky almost 4 tenths up as he comes up to the line. 5.5 tenths found, bit over half a second, and Giannuzzi is now knocked out. Liam Boyle's not improving. He could be at risk here if the drivers behind improve. Lele half a second up. He improves into P8, which pushes Power GT down into P10. El Plan on a lap as well. So it's all down to whether El Plan can find time. He was 7 thousandths up through the middle sector. Can he find more time now? No, he can't. Oh, he does find some time. Just under a tenth. And he is out in Q2. As Dan goes through the final couple of corners, he's got to stop nicely, and he's going to set the early benchmark. Will it be the provisional pole time that will last for the entirety of these first runs? It's a 1:14.5, and I think the answer to that is going to be a no. It's not the greatest of laps from Dan, which may mean he hasn't got his vibrations back, as Lele up to the line, a 1:14.3. Rocky's invalidated his time, has had to come back in. Pyro with a 1:14.4. Then it's Shakos coming up to the line. Is going to start his next lap now. Mr. Business next up to the line. And it's P4 with a 1:14.5. Slowest out of the times on the board so far. Power GT coming in towards the final couple of corners now. In that green machine, the only team who have got both their cars into the final part of qualifying, and they're hopefully going to make good use of it as he heads around the final corner now. Opens his DRS flap, and it's only P5 for Power GT. But there's always room to improve upon a decent banker. Unitos has invalidated again, and will have to come back into the pit lane. Liam Boyle with a 1:14.2 sets his car onto provisional pole. Ayan can only manage a 1:14.6. Lele around the final corner is going to come into the pit lane. And then next up we see Shakos in the Scarlet Ferrari round the final corner at the home race for the Scuderia. And up to the line he goes. It's P1 with a 1:13.7. As here goes Dan in towards that first chicane. Tamburello chicane of the first 3 turns 2 to 4. It's I think the goal is just to keep it neat and get a decent lap whilst you are having these controller issues. But he is 2.5 tenths up through that first sector alone. So he is pulling off some time. Unitos has jumped up into P2 in the green machine, which provisionally is a front row start for the Kick Sauber driver. But we just have to wait and see what it's going to be like for the rest of the race. Mr. Business, or the rest of the session. Mr. Business just starting his next lap now. And down we see is half a second up on his personal best. It's still not enough to get close to Shackles here, but it is a front row start as it stands if he keeps this run going. He's burning all his battery before he takes the final 2 corners. He gets back on the power. And he's just about kept it in a straight line. He comes up to the line now. And for Dan, it's P2 with a 1:14.0. But Shackles does remain on provisional pole. Power GT's invalidates his time, but he will get the opportunity to go again. Well, he doesn't have that much ERS to play with. Power GT's backed off. He's not going to make it to the line in time. Power GT's not going to make it. With only 5 seconds left in the session, Power GT has not made it. He's going to be P9 at best. Pyro might not have made it either. He's made it by the skin of his teeth. Pyro's just about got himself to start his final lap of the session. But this is where it all comes down to. The checker flag has fallen, and 2/10 up on his personal best at the moment as he heads through the chicane. Taking us through the final couple of corners. He's kept it within the white lines. He's kept it on the track. He gets up to the line now. And Ferran, can he get close to the front? No, he can't. It's only half a tenth found in the end. That's Untos coming into the pit lane. He's already set his final flying run. Liam Water up to the line. What can he do? It's P2. It's a front row start for Liam Water. Mr. Business can only manage P4. Rocky up to the line as well. He can only manage P9, which pushes Power GT down. Lele's into the pit lane. He's not going to improve. So, unless Pyro can do anything about it, which he can't, he's had a spin. So, it is going to be Shackles on pole. He's invalidated his time as well. But he is still on pole position with Liam Walder on the front row, followed by Dan and Mr. Business. Untos P5. Then it's Lele, Pyro, Ayan, Rocky, and Power GT.